They were two beautiful, beautiful Japanese girls that Fred Silverman saw or knew of because they were under contract to RCA.
Look, okay, I have to tell, I'm sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
but he has been hogging the stage for the last hour. Pink Lady, Fred Silverman, someone gave him a tape, or he saw the last 3 minutes of Walter Cronkite News. And on Walter Cronkite News, they always do this at the end of the show, they'd have something on, a human interest thing. Two Japanese girls driving in a car in a stadium filled with 100,000 people. He calls me up one day, he says, I gotta send you this tape. So I look at it and I said, he said, I want to do a show with them. I said, do they speak English? He said, absolutely. Well, he lied. You know, they came over to America, they sat in our office, we talked to them for 10 minutes, they looked at each other and they said, we don't understand a word what you're saying.
No, you said,
you know,
you said, did you understand?
Do you understand me?
And they said no.
So in the meantime, so that's, you know, that's how that thing got started. We did a tape. I think they gave us $300,000 to do a test tape for them. Well, you do a 10-minute test tape, you can cover it up pretty good. I brought the test tape to Fred Silverman in New York. I sat in his office during the Iranian hostage crisis, where I'm in the middle of the meeting with them, and the red phone lights up that the hostages are being released in an hour. He says, look, I can't talk to you right now. I'm watching Pink Lady. Okay, so that's how Pink Lady I got the order in that office. I got 6 episodes. We put in, the NBC spent $100,000 a guest, you know, for Larry Hagman at the height of his show, and nothing helped that show. And we were opposite Dukes of Hazzard. I had Sid Caesar in it. So right now, believe it or not, as we speak here now, I spoke to Pink Lady last night because we may be doing this movie. So anyway, so they're back after 20 years. She spoke Kay, who was the one I liked the most. You know, she spoke, but not as good as she spoke when she was here. But she's a movie star. She's doing a dramatic series over there now. And someone told me she looks exactly the same.
Marty, when they got here, they wanted to go to Disneyland. And nobody knew who they were, Pink Lady. But we went to Disneyland, and of course there were so many Japanese people there. And when they saw the two girls, they were mobbed like they were the Beatles. I mean, we had to get guards to get us out of the main street. So they were huge in Japan.
You were in Disneyland in Japan?
No.
Oh, here.
Here, with them.
I don't know, said 2 people watched this.
No, but there were so many Japanese people, Marty.
The Japanese, I missed the
people
story.
At Disneyland.
Oh yeah, they're famous. In Japan,
Disneyland.
they have sold, we did 6 shows, they sold more records in Japan than the Beatles. Okay? So, at the time when we were on, you know, they weren't going to be accepted. It was just to accept. During the hostage crisis, they weren't accepting.
Just to tell you just one tiny little story. When Fred Silverman came to us with the idea, I went off with our favorite art director, Jeremy Railton, and I said, Jeremy, you know what this show should be? These girls don't speak English. We have a Jewish comedian that's going to be working with them. This has got to be a show that the next day I want everybody around the coffee machine and the water cooler to say, did you see that show last night? I don't believe what I saw. I want it to be the strangest thing that's ever been on television. So we did develop that idea and brought it to Fred Silverman, and Fred Silverman looked at me and he said, let's do Donnie Marie. No, this is too weird, you know, because the whole show was going to come out of a little Japanese box, and he didn't want. He just wanted it big and big sets and dancers and whatever.